Hey everybody, it's Miss Pancakes. Today we're going to be looking at one of my oldest public videos on my old YouTube channel. It is called Terraria Epi 1. I originally made it on my laptop, I think in 5th grade, 5th or 6th grade. So we're going to watch that and we're going to see how I used to play Terraria. So let's get our headphones on here. Let's get into this.
Alright, I restarted a new.
Okay, okay, a couple things. First off, the unregistered Bandicam. Okay, first fucking thing. Second of all, you can see at the bottom just you can see at the bottom, I don't know what that's called, like the icon hotbar thing. I'm also playing in windowed mode, and best of all, I didn't even do an intro or shit, dude. Literally, I'm just like I turned it on without a thought. It was almost an accident.
Video, so it's just gonna be a two-parter. I'll make it back together in one. But welcome back. This is part two. Didn't really do anything.
Okay, I never made or uploaded a part two. I remember I recorded it, but then I was embarrassed. Um, but I never released it. Part two never came out. That's really funny.
And yeah, the dungeon. No, it's not. Okay, well, that was disappointing. But wait, oh, see over here, right below my map. Knew it. I knew it. This game's trying to deceive me. It almost worked too, but sorry I wasn't recording from the start. I didn't really think about it as much and just kind of went with it. I
Oh
really just
yeah.
stopped at this tree and then just started going straight down, so all I know is there's some
Oh.
blinker and that's the only way I know about that little place. Ooh. I think that's water. I hope it's not water. It's water.
I used to think that that was such a big brain thing to find some blink root or whatever in like a little cave because I was like, dude, like I wouldn't have known about that before.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Another thing I just noticed is that I wasn't recording in-game audio that's literally from the speakers. What the fuck was that noise? What just thumped that hard?
Don't know what that was about. Ooh, on my map it shows a little room. What's going on with this game? It keeps getting cooler and cooler. Alright, we're gonna do this. Stock. Oh, yep, I see it down there. I might be able to reach it.
There's a fucking car alarm.
Yep, that's my stepdad. Come on. Air pocket. Air pocket.
Okay, so there's me doing literally fucking nothing, and then a car alarm goes off, and then a baby starts crying.
Nobody's crying about this time.
Probably the car alarm, I'd guess.
There you go. Oh, so close, so close. Maybe we can drain it now. Open up that pathway. Here we go, it's going out quick now. It's lagging out quick now.
Okay, like not to criticize my younger self, but why didn't I just jump on that little ledge before? I just sat there, whatever.
That's funny. um. All right, let's go in there. Gonna be smart. Ooh, jellies, jellyfish down here. You can get glow sticks from those, as you probably already know. They're good now. I have a way back up. There's some blinkers in that little hole. Okay, there's 5 minutes left in this part of the video. Oh, how are we gonna do this?
I forgot that you had like a demo version. Like I'm pretty sure OBS was like a thing in 2014, but I think I only knew about like Bandicam or like um what is that thing that people use? I honestly don't remember, but still that's very funny to me.
Oh, look at that. There's so much tungsten. That's tungsten, I'm assuming it's tungsten. Tungsten. Anyway.
I love how I will comment about the blink route in random little caves, but I'm not gonna comment about the like demonite ore or whatever that is down there. I I actually I never got past like the early game of Terraria. I don't think I ever beat like anything past like Wall of Flesh. And I had we'll check later to see how many hours I had on my old account, but like I didn't I think I got to hard mode once and then could not handle it because I did not prepare.
I'm trying to lower the water level. Oh, I'm so stupid. Yeah, what's hurting me? Oh, take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. Wasting arrows. Using arrows now? Oh my god. Sand.
Okay, so I was trying to lower the water level so that I could mine that tungsten, um, but ended up drowning anyways. When I probably could have just stood where the ore was and been fine. But you know what? Younger me may have lacked in intelligence or skill or oh, my name was Cat Lover 360. Boys, it was a different time. It was a different time.
God. Oh, that's upsetting. Listen to where it's at now. Alright, so it's way over here to the right. So, what are you doing on this fun night? We talked about this like 2 times. Last night I said I live in this hall. Okay, can you not comprehend this? Oh, fancy up your place. Doesn't it look nice now? No, I don't like it. Well, actually, that kind of looks nice. I'll come back. He's like, that's nice. You're so nice. Thank you, man. Thank you. Did I seriously? What? That's confusing. Oh, look. It consumes wood, but okay.
Okay, I honestly don't think I meant to kill the penguin, but I love how I barely acknowledged it and then just started getting excited about the wood wand. Magical, magical. Cat Lover 360, can't get enough.
Okay, we'll try it out. It consumes. Wait. Can you place it anywhere? No, it's stupid. It's cool though. It's very cool. Breathe and read.
Hey, that's stupid, but that's kind of cool though, not gonna lie.
What's that thing? What can I craft? I can't craft. Why is that an odd number? Why would you want snowballs if you have, like, everything else? Oh, is that right? Alright, I'm gonna have to end this episode here for a second, and we'll be back in a second.
Okay, so that's where it ends. And I never uploaded a second video. I was intending to pause it and then start a new one and then either edit it together or just upload it in two parts. I have no idea, but dude, I loved how I tried to clear the water out so that I wouldn't drown while getting that ore, and then ended up drowning anyways. That's some 2 IQ stuff right there. So I guess now we're gonna have to make Epi 2. Okay, so the funny thing is, I actually lost the first few hours of my playthrough, and I know what you're thinking. No, it's not like last time. What happened is I streamed everything on Twitch so that I could save hard drive space and download the VODs later as I needed them. But the thing is, Twitch only keeps VODs for 7 days, and I found that out 8 days after I streamed the first part. So let me catch you up on everything you missed really quick. My goal whenever starting a new world in Terraria is to search the surface chests for quick gear, and then I'll build an NPC hotel and try to get the demolitionist as quickly as possible. I'll buy a couple bombs, go to the evil biome, and then I'll break the Crimson Hearts or Shadow Orbs to get a decent early game gun. With that new weapon, I go and try to kill as many bosses as I can to make enough money to buy bombs to make a elevator. The first boss I decided to fight was Skeletron, and I used grenades. But I ended up killing myself within the first 3 seconds of starting that fight, so I moved on to the Brain of Cthulhu, which went fine using the leftover grenades. I decided to move on to making a small tunnel in the jungle, one part for protecting it from hard mode biome spread, one part to get down to build a Plantera bulb farm, and one part to find the queen bee. I did find the queen bee, but I also ended up accidentally fighting her immediately and had to fight her on the spot, but I won no problem. This gave me the high 5, which is our first real yo-yo. Sorry to the wooden yo-yo. But now that I'm armed with something that has a bit more sting than our old weapons, I thought it would be good to challenge Skeletron again, but with less of an explosive approach to the fight. I won no problem. I randomly collected enough lens to create a suspicious eye and fight the Eye of Cthulhu for some easy gold. A slime rain had occurred, and I fought the King Slime, but I didn't get the slime mount, so nothing interesting. At this point, I did have enough money to buy as many bombs as I wanted, and so I did. The elevator was easy to make, with more bombs and brain cells and enough rope to make a straight line down. It was very simple. All I had to do now was gather a fire blossom and an obsidian for an obsidian skin potion, and then I could gather tons of hellstone. I ended up getting about 100 hellstone bars after it was all said and done, so I had enough to make the molten armor, and I sold the rest for gold. At this point, pre-hard mode is my oyster, so I bought about 1,000 more bombs and carved out most of the biomes to prevent biome spread. Then I built some small NPC houses so I can move them in and buy their pylons, and that's where we're at. As I'm sure you can see, there's a little bit of a difference between how I used to play Terraria and how I play now. So, right now in the footage, this is anywhere far past where I got before, in my, 250 hours as a child. And, right now, I'm building a Plantera bulb farm. And let me tell you something. the dude who drowned just trying to like mine some fucking titanium or whatever, that version of me did not know there was hard mode or that there was Plantera or any of that. So like the mere fact that I am at this point at all would probably stun me. I'd probably think I was an expert gamer at that time when I was a kid. But now it's just kind of like par for the course, you know. And I'm sure many of us who play Terraria a lot, you know, are pretty used to doing things like this. But it's such a funny difference because like I played almost all those 250 hours I played on my old account. All of those were in pre-hard mode. I did not know there was hard mode. I think I mentioned that, but still, it's like unbelievable. Like that's literally sadistic torture. I can't imagine how I would play fucking 10 minutes. I hate pre-hard mode. I think it's the most boring stuff ever, but you know, that's kind of the point of pre-hard mode is that it's, you know, it's allowing you to prepare, right? That's how I look at it, at least. It's letting you get as ready as you want so that when you have to really fight the hard shit, you know, you can either just go balls to the wall and just scrape by, or, you know, you can try to take it nice and slow and, you know, do what you need. But that's the real fun part about it. And I've been playing Terraria a lot, you know. I think I have like 1,000 hours, give or take. But yeah, it's a lot different. So like right now, I'm just bombing out this about a screen's worth for the Plantera bulb farm. And you know, I'm just tossing bombs. We're gonna have to go get some more in a second. And you know, I buy a lot of bombs. Most of my money in any given Terraria playthrough goes to bombs or dynamite. That's just kind of how shit is. I honestly, I don't feel comfortable unless I have like at least a couple thousand on me. Now, as we see, I have to go back for more here, and that's a shame. I feel embarrassed. I'm sorry you have to see me like this, but I do like bombs. Like I bomb out basically as much of the world that you can have without it crumbling in on itself. It's my favorite thing to do. So now we're getting some more bombs. Coming up here, you're going to be able to see my NPC hotel. I built it just right at spawn. Here you go. Definitely nothing weird or unusual about it. I wouldn't even worry. We're going to buy some bombs. You also see me comparing the prices of bombs to dynamite. But now we're back. And so we're just going to be just absolutely carpeting this area with explosives. That's pretty much it. There's not a lot to talk about. You know, but that's okay. This isn't really supposed to be a crazy in-depth thing. It's supposed to be goofy. It's supposed to be silly. We're supposed to be having some fun, right? I really need like a just like a little sentry around me or something. That would be nice. Like, the enemies aren't like that hard, but there's just like enough of like the little annoying enemies that it kind of gets overwhelming. So now we're going to be getting the Flame Burst Rod from the Tavern Keep so we can go and use it outside of battle. But first, we have to build an arena and actually fight it. You know what? I kind of, like, don't fucking care where this is. So I'm just going to build up, and then we're just going to make a large platform. So before we can actually use the turret outside of the Old One's army, we actually have to defeat it one time before we can use it. So basically all this is going to require is us placing down the crystal holder, making it long enough to meet the requirements, and then after that it's very, very easy, especially in pre-hard mode, because it is the easiest that it will be. There's not a lot to do. It's only a couple waves. And especially since I have kind of like some of the best pre-hard mode equipment, it's a breeze. Like, you can see these like little goblins. It looks like I'm just using my yo-yo to like cut the grass, you know? It's no problem. And I mean, my handgun makes even faster work of it. So honestly, this is the most easy thing that I could do. My strategy for placing down the turrets, especially with only one. We have the Flame Burst. I prefer to use either the Ballista or the like lightning aura rod, but for right now this is what we have. I like to just put one turret like at the portal's mouth so it shoots behind them, and then just spread out the rest. I don't really have a really crazy strategy or anything, but it works. That's pretty much it. I also use this time to pretty much practice using the yo-yo, because I love yo-yos in real life, and I think they're so cool in Terraria, but I never play Melee. So this was kind of my opportunity to play Melee, even though it might be more difficult to do, you know, only yo-yos or mostly yo-yos. It's still really fun for me, and I don't know, it's not too complicated, so it all works out. But I'm really happy that they added the Hive 5, because it gives you a easily accessible yo-yo, and to me, I really like how it also gives off bees. I think that is a very cool thing, and I don't know when they added that, because I stopped playing Terraria actively a while ago, but I think it's a well-welcomed thing. But yeah, so for right now, pretty much all we're doing is just going through the motions of fighting these waves. I really like the Old One's army. I think it's very fun, but it can be kind of fucking boring at the beginning, but it's also good. Again, pre-hard mode lets you farm everything you can get. Like, it's best to get the defender medals in pre-hard mode because it's easier, but, you know, I didn't think about that. That's one thing I did forget, but that's okay, because we can also farm them before the mechanical bosses, and it won't be as easy, but that's okay. With the crude bombing out of the way, we're gonna start actually forming the hard lines and walls of the Plantera bulb farm. Now, I don't believe that you have to have everything look nice, but I'd like to. And with this, it's pretty much just gonna be, you know, carving out the exact thing. You can see me whenever I jump up like that. I'm building up to the center, so that way you can actually see how much of the screen it takes up, and you can see that it takes up almost the whole screen. So we're good. And now that we have the sentry, it makes things a lot nicer. So that was definitely a really smart move on my part. Now, I may have been able to get a different one that might have been more efficient, but I didn't think about that. But yeah, now we're just getting the edges down. And that's kind of the unfortunate part, is that I didn't really think about it, because if I gotten like the lightning aura rod, that might have been better, or the landmines or something. I'm not sure. But anyways, I did actually make a mistake, and this is something that I only noticed a while later. You'll see me digging down and trying to like make more of a bottom. I ended up actually regretting that decision, but that's something for future me to know and past me to not know. But whatever, it doesn't make that big of a difference, but that's alright. So at this point, pretty much all we're doing is just trying to get the floor down and have the walls be nice and even. And then at that point, we can actually start building the actual, like, farm part, not just having the space required. But either way, it's just a lot of digging, a lot of measuring, but it's fun. I wish there was more of these kind of things that I could do, because like if there was a game where all I did was this, I would be in heaven. I think I do play a lot of Minecraft now, and I think that's probably wise, because I love just doing huge builds and stuff like that, and just bombing out huge areas for it and stuff, like terraforming. That's really fun. I hated building as a kid. I thought it was stupid and a waste of time, and I could never do it, and, you know, it was impossible. Like, I had the worst attitude towards it. And here's the little secret. If you're someone who wishes you could build good, the secret is to just try and keep learning and just repeat it. You don't have to share your builds with anyone. It's okay. It's okay to be bad. But anyway, so I'm placing down these stone blocks to separate the mud blocks every 2, so that way, if there is a Plantera bulb that spawns, it will spawn on those mud blocks. which is a great thing to reduce the randomness, which is the whole point of having some of these farms, right? Plantera Bulb Farm helps you get to Plantera faster. You know, Money Farm gets you money faster. All these things are just to do things faster. And in a moment, we're going to notice that I have actually forgotten something. The one and only time I've ever forgot something in my entire life. Okay, that's a lie. But anyways, here we go. Do I still have the dart traps on me? Also, what did I do with my piggy bank? Oh my god. Okay, let's go back and get the dart traps. So the point of the dart traps are so that whenever we want to harvest a Plantera Bulb or a life fruit, all we have to do is hit a button and it will clear everything in its row. And there's multiple rows. As you can see, I'm building another row right now. And basically this just makes everything as streamlined as possible, which is what you want. You don't want to have to be climbing around and messing with stuff when you have a farm like this. And that's, you know, just ease of use. I think that's one of my main goals when building any type of farm or, you know, something like that is to maximize the efficiency and ease of use. I don't follow that incredibly strictly, but I do try my best to innovate. Like with this, I have it split, like this room that we're in is split half for the Plantera Bulb farm and half of it for a Chlorophyte farm. And that makes it just so we come here and it's a one-stop shop for all of the things that we may need to collect from the jungle in hard mode. Some of my favorite things to do in video games like this are to just be building very large things that are monotonous, time-consuming, because it puts me in a sort of trance, or that flow state. And it's just some of the most relaxing stuff that I do in gaming. Because a lot of the games I play are pretty fast-paced and intense and really stressful, but it's stuff like this that keeps bringing me back to games like Terraria or Minecraft. And you can see me, I'm like a little gerbil just drinking out of my water bottle there, having some Ramune. But yeah, like I'm just so drawn to some of the like more peaceful stuff. Like I love building now. Like in any game that lets you build, I love to build intricate structures. I love to build big things. Like this to me is kind of small, but it's still like a project, you know? That's how I view it in my mind. It's a little project to do in the game, you know? And I love making like little documents and writing down all the projects I have. It's, I don't know, it just scratches a very niche itch in my brain. But anyways, I'm sure you've noticed at this point, it's pretty dark, so we're gonna have to do something about that. I wish I had a light pet. We got a hook. Okay. Wait, actually, you know what? Let's really quickly go and break some. Can this break that kind of stuff? I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. We have to go this way anyway, so whatever. We're gonna go to the Crimson and see if we can get the light pet from the Crimson. Okay, it just gave me the panic necklace. Should we fight the Brain of Cthulhu right now? We could definitely handle it, but should we? Well, I mean, I guess, because, like, I want the light pet, so... It should be, like, piss easy right now, though. Okay, we got a rotten fork. Everyone's favorite melee, am I right? Am I right? Just toss one in there. Alright, it looks like we are going to have to fight the Brain of Cthulhu again. She's probably so excited to get out of there. At this point, the Brain of Cthulhu fight is just a trap beat with the Flame Burst Rod being the snare and fighting the actual boss being the high tats. Another fort. Another gun. I think that's kind of it for the immediate area. So that's unfortunate, I guess. But we did make some good money, so there's that, I suppose. I want to go to the mechanic. I think she's over here. Yeah. And then buy some wiring. Okay, I don't buy the blue one enough. Okay, I'm gonna go AFK because my groceries are here. I gotta go get them. Shouldn't have cheaped out on those doors, hun. Didn't work out for ya. This may come as a surprise to you, but I could have just exited the game while I put my groceries away. But instead, I sat here and idled around, died, and, well, let's say it didn't work out well. Okay, I'm back. Put my groceries away. Okay, what was I doing? I think I was... Dude, I don't know. That was so close. That was so close. Finally back from one of my own little side quests, we're going to be wiring up all of the traps that I had collected from earlier for the farm. But before we do, we have a little bit of a visitor. Oh, a little bit of a crawdad. I love the noise they make. It's so good. I fucking remember why we went to get that light pet. Unfortunately, having the cutest noise in the game does not spare you from me. But anyways, we're just finishing up this third row here. Let me know if you notice the mistake. But there's a lot of enemies here because I, for some reason, did not want to light up the area. Nor did I want to spend enough time getting the light pet. So I kind of got the worst of both worlds. But regardless, I persevered for you. No, I'm fucking kidding, dude. It's totally fine. But anyways, let's see what's gonna happen next. Send some shots over. Hey! That's the worst thing is when mobs make you, like, they, like, mess up your block placement. I'll tell you what. I know, I somewhere along the line I got messed up. No? Oh, yeah, no, I did. But it was down here, actually. Like, I got messed up. Yeah, so now it's just off by 1 this whole fucking time. Despite our friend having a very cute little sound, I could not spare them. And this is tragic, but I think we'll move on. Anyways, so we're going to be building out the rest of these platforms, and it's, at this point, it's just routine again. Nothing new. You know, maybe a couple enemies here or there, but it's, you know, it's just an average days of work, right? But at this point, I've kind of got a flow down. So it's becoming easier and easier. And as you can see, you know, like this is the test of how everything's gonna work out. So pretty cool, pretty cool. This is what largely the finished product is going to be looking like. So, you know, we're getting close, and that's pretty exciting. But up and coming, there is a traveling merchant who interrupts us. So we're gonna go see what he has. All right, let's go see what he wants. Why did it put me here? Let's find out. Okay, snow biome. That Ralph apparently has no appreciation for a good deal. Yama the Blue Tiger. Stopwatch. Chalice, Lifeform Analyzer. Birdie Rattle. Someone's a baby harpy. Gee, Lawn Flamingo. Okay, do we have the Lifeform Analyzer? Yeah, we do. Okay. Well, you sell nothing important, right? Do we need the stopwatch for something? You know what? You know who does know all this? The wiki. Okay, we need the stopwatch. One thing I have never actually done in any of my playthroughs is make the cell phone, so that's one of my goals for this series, okay? We also need the DPS meter, so if I see that, at some point we'll get that. And then we need to get the metal detector from just a nymph at some point. Okay. That makes a goblin tech and stuff. And then for the GPS, we already have the depth meter. And I think we've got a compass. Me from the future here. I don't have a compass. I don't know why I thought that. So... yeah, actually, why don't we make the GPS? Then we can have 2/3 of the whole situation. Give me this. Good day, sir. Depth meter. We have 3 depth meters. We don't need 3 depth meters. And we need the compass. I swear I had a compass. I bet you it's in my piggy bank, and my piggy bank is back at spawn. I had 34 gold on me. Yikes. Okay, put that shit in there. I didn't have it, but I don't know. Oh well. One of my favorite things about Terraria is the sound effect use, especially when you use items. It is one of the most enjoyable things in the game, period. Why? Every time. I want to use the yo-yo. I just want to use the yo-yo. That's it. My little lawn cutter. Lawnmower, I meant. You can actually get a lawnmower, and I think that's so funny. The golfer just has the funniest stuff to me. Like, the golf cart, I think, is, like, one of the better, like, pre-hard mode mounts. And that's just interesting, like, why does he get it? Or, like, he just sells, like, golf stuff in general, which is just absurd. Let's just go and fucking get this done. I have done so much lollygagging. I think I just figured out what that means, because I never have thought about it, like, lollygagging. Does that mean, like, just standing around, like, eating a lollipop? Is that what that means? I looked it up, and it turns out lollygagging is, like, an old-fashioned way to say, like, having sex. I like my idea a lot better, but it just has to do with, like, how Old English or, you know, stuff like that just sounds. I don't know. I don't really know about that. I still think mine's funnier, to be honest, so I'm gonna go with that. I make my own history, you know what I'm saying? You know, who cares? What does it matter? But to be honest, we are done sucking on lollies or other things, and we're getting right back to it. Now, for some reason, I keep getting distracted throughout this entire thing, and I could probably have had it done in like an hour if I didn't randomly decide to go on side quests or go to every single wandering trader that I saw, because there wasn't anything that I actually needed. Like, at this point, there was nothing I actually needed. So yeah, riddle me this. Why do I keep getting distracted? I don't know. But at this point, we're just building more platforms, and that's kind of the main rhythm. Think about the Plantera build farm as kind of as our little relaxation spot, our meditative spot, if you will. And whenever we go out, those are our little adventures. But right now we're at home, we're relaxing. Maybe you're sitting on your bed, or you're at school on your iPod. I stumbled when I said iPod because I realized that no one has had an iPod for like 10 years. I used an iPod for music for a really long time until it like broke. And then I just used my cell phone. But like, damn, do you ever think about that? How many fucking iPods are out there that still have like Carly Rae Jepsen on it, or like, shit, what was popular back then? Macklemore, we got the thrift shop song, just forever stuck on their hard drives. What a damn shame, you know? Actually, no, I like being able to just stream whatever the fuck I want. It seems a lot better. I don't know what kind of phenomenon this is, but whenever I'm streaming, I just start getting the most random memories. Like, I was thinking about Life of Pi, the movie about the guy with the tiger, and how that was all just, like, done with, like, CGI and stuff. And, like, I remember watching Life as Pi, Life as Pi is Pi, I don't remember. I remember watching it as a kid, though, and it was so, like, I don't know, it felt really real to me. I don't remember. Let's look up when Life of Pi came out. Came out in 2012. Okay. So yeah, I was pretty young. I was 10. I give or take. I don't really remember exactly. But yeah, I was like 10, 9 or 10. That movie fucked me up. I remember it just being so visceral for calm myself. I remember it just being so fucking visceral and emotionally intense. There was another movie like that I watched as a kid. I watched a lot of movies that I like shouldn't have growing up. I remember that one movie, I think it's called like Hachi or something, about like a guy who has like a dog, and he like dies, but the dog like keeps showing up to like his like train stops from work or whatever. That fucked me up as a kid. I think a lot of the Studio Ghibli movies were like really intense for me as well, and I couldn't quite place it because I didn't like understand what the movies were about because I was so little, but like they were very moving regardless. And I think that's kind of funny. I think Marley and Me was like another one of those kind of weird movies, but not because it was like super emotional and stuff. I don't remember the ending or like the gist of Marley and Me. I just remember that the guy swore a lot, and that startled me. I think I also tried to watch one of the Final Fantasy animated movies, and that also freaked me out because A, I had no idea what was going on, and B, the guys were all like swearing and stuff. One movie that was a positive influence that I do remember still that was very emotionally intense, but like really really fun was actually the fucking original Bionicles movie. That movie fucks, and I still watch it every once in a while now. Like, that was a good film. Gotta admit. It was just like a fucking advertisement for the toys, but like, yo, that was lit. I used to watch Finding Nemo all the time as a kid, to the point where all of my family members fucking hated that movie. And like, I don't know, they would always remind me of that. Okay, so I think we should go back and get jungle grass seeds. Yo! There's Bones McGee. That's fun. We could get purple Purple, wait. I've never seen this before. Also, I want to test out the counterweight situation right now, because I might get the purple one. They don't do any different thing, but they look cool. And we're kind of... We're in a position right now where we can afford to just spend luxury money. I don't know. Is purple cooler than green? I don't know, because I like both colors. We'll do it. We'll do it. I'm just gonna save the other counterweight, because I might want it later. I don't know. I'm now realizing you can't buy what I was looking for here. We're gonna have to go and get little grass seeds from somewhere else, I suppose. You know what I should have done? I should have just put all of the mud there and then let the grass spread. And then, like, then place all the, like, stone down. I didn't think about that. I mean, it's kind of starting... Yeah, it's starting to spread. Okay, so I don't need to worry too bad. This is a different guy. I'm curious about the strange brews. Okay, so apparently strange brews are only sold during, like, certain phases of the moon, which is cool, but not that relevant to me, so... I honestly think this is, like, enough, like, of the Plantera bulb farms, but I'm gonna make little, I'm gonna make little 7x7 cubes 30 feet apart for the chlorophyte shit, so we're gonna do that. What I meant by that chlorophyte shit, what I mean is I'm building these little stone squares, and they have to be a certain distance apart, and you'll see that. Basically, the idea is that when you break the altars in hard mode, there will be like the hard mode ores that spawn, right? And when you make these little like cubes, basically you're giving yourself a bit of a chance to kind of collect some of them. And it's in a very similar idea as making the Plantera bulb farm, where you're not actually farming anything, but you're just increasing your chances of localizing a resource for the future. And, you know, pretty much, it's just trying to hedge our bets, so we have to spend a lot less time in the future gathering stuff, you know, and we can just move on with our day. Terraria has some of the most fun things where, you know, it's kind of all randomized to a degree, and that gives it a lot of replayability, but on the other hand, you know, you really want to try to get the things you want to get, and you want to do it in a timely manner. But that also is really interesting, because if you just try to play the game by just using whatever is around you, you'll struggle. So it kind of forces you to think outside the box and create certain things to allow you to get resources better. And that's where the real, like, skill comes in the game, in my opinion. So, you know, it still kind of offers replayability, and it just makes you think on your feet more. I think it's a really, really fun thing. Okay, so 30 blocks is right above that torch. Yeah, we wouldn't have enough room to... Oh, I should disable that. We wouldn't have enough room to do anything else, because you need to put them 30 apart. So, I think this is done for now. So the last thing that I have to do here is put a divide down the middle to get any of the good loot that I may attain from this farm. And with that, the next video that I have planned is to make a souls farm, and then I'm going to be making my base. Now, if you'll remember, I said the Bionicles movie had an impact on me, and that is true. It will come up in the future. So, we're going to see how Bionicles gets involved in this. Bye-bye!